Hello everyone, Warhammer here and welcome back to the Tlaqua campaign. Now in the last episode we managed to seize a lot of territory from the Leafcutters tribe, actually wiping them out all apart from one lord who's currently sitting around here, raiding in my territory. Although how much can one little goblin lord actually raid? I think is up to debate to say the least. But I do want to come over and kill him, just to wipe him out completely from the campaign and eliminate the tribe. But once we've done that, I'm actually a little bit uncertain about which direction to take this campaign, if I'm being honest with you guys. Because at the moment, we are actually surrounded nearly on all sides by powerful enemies. And I'm not too certain if we'll want to take them on just yet, or do I want to take the time to make my army stronger. So to give you an example, if I pop actually onto the diplomacy screen, this will really help out what I'm talking about. So we do have Slatland down to the south here, which is slightly weaker than we are. But from what we've saw of their main army, which is led by a Slan Mage Priest and got Saurus Warriors out the wazoo, that's going to make things quite difficult in my opinion to try and take them on. Now they are currently at war with the Last Defenders, so if I'm lucky, they may actually take out one of Slatland's main armies and we'll be able to march in and just take the place. But I don't know if that's going to happen. We're going to have to wait and see what happens over the next couple of turns. In the meantime then, we've got Clan Moors, which is in a position down... Oops, I accidentally tapped a button. Their Clan Moors is actually down here, if I remember right, and was also mentioned in the comments by Drake Immaterium in the last video. So we could potentially come down here and attack and go against the Skaven, one of the Lizardmen's most hated foes. But as you can see, they're also much more stronger than we are, even though they've only got 2 settlements. We can go up against Sudenburg, who are stronger than us and have 2 settlements. And we can go against the Tomb Kings, where we've got the Doom Kingdoms just here, who again, much more stronger than us, and the followers of Nagash here, which, you guessed it, are stronger than us. So I'm thinking for the moment I'm going to go back towards our main province and just start renovating the army a bit. We do have access now to salamander hunting packs, so we can get a couple of those in. We can summon some Source Warriors. In fact, I think we've just got enough money, from what I remember checking last time. Yes, we can actually upgrade the lagoon to a sacred spawning cavern. So that way not only do we get better Sauruses, so to speak, because these guys will have shields, making them a little bit more resilient against missile fire. Which when you consider Skaven, Tomb Kings, Empire, and I suppose to a small extent the Lizardmen, a lot of ranged ability, so it would be handy to have a bit of extra protection in the form of shields. But not only that, we can actually start researching technologies then to make them better. So I'm going to do that, even though it's going to cost pretty much all our money. And what we're going to do with Tiktaq'To is, for the moment, I'm just going to have him come back here and go after them. Now, another thing as well, which is going to be an issue for us going against Slatland, is that we have actually got a non-aggression pack with them right now. So if we were to try and break it in order to attack straight on, we're obviously going to be suffering some respectability among the other factions for not being so trustworthy. But we're going to settle things in the meantime by killing this guy off. Do we need the whole army? No. Is it going to be fun? Yes. So we're just going to go over there and kill him. Otherwise, let me just check my last bit of diplomacy. Can we get any trade with you guys? No. Sudenburg we're trading, Last Defenders we're trading, Slatland. I know we're talking about potentially going to war. Are you willing to trade me some stuff? No. Okay. We're not going to trade with the Doom Kingdoms, certainly not with the followers of Nagash or Clan Moors, and obviously we can't with the Leafcutters. In that case, there's not really much I can do for the moment, so let's end the turn and just see what happens next. It does give me an opportunity as well to just thank you guys who have checked out my new mess campaign that I started this week. It's good to see that you guys are enjoying the campaign, and I like the response that you guys have given, so thank you very much for that. It is deeply appreciated. It does mean a lot to the people who take the time to watch the videos. I try to make them a little bit unique compared to other YouTubers, and not only that, I have been working on trying to be a little bit more better with my commentary, I guess you can say. I mean, I've still got a lot to learn and try and develop my own unique tastes, but I'm glad to see that people are still enjoying the videos, so thanks a lot, guys. Right, now, we're back to my turn, and we're going to finish off you. Right. what I'm going to do after we've done this, nice and easy, quick auto resolve. Didn't even lose a single lizard from that. And we managed to make a little bit of extra money. Fantastic. That's them destroyed. Ooh. So we have already got one of these, right? And we've got that with Tiktaq'To. But I'm wondering if we can give it to Kubsati here. I'm just wondering if we can give him that spare one. Because an extra 20% to our research will work great. I'll take that, certainly. There we go. Oh, a Dawnstone. A precious stone that glows at the break of every dawn. Its bearer is said to be protected by an invisible field. Extra 15% physical resistance. I'll quite happily take that too. Now, do I want to give it to Tiktaq'To? I think it would be much better than this Dragonbane gem. So, congratulations Tiktaq'To, you've got this. Now combine that, actually, with the Armor of Destiny. He's now got a 35% physical resistance. He's got 10 from this, 10 from the ward save, and 15 from that. So this guy is going to soak up damage much more better now, and I'm really glad that we managed to pick that up. So, he's going to have that. I tell you what, you can have the Dragonstone. Why not? Dragonbane Stone, there you go. And what's this? You know what? You can have this too. It's not going to be that much useful. As you can see, it only affects flying creatures. So unless we're going to encounter some units like carrions or something like that, it's not going to be that big a deal. But it could be useful if we fight in Lizardmen because of the extra, well, bonuses, debuffs we can do to pterodons. And it's quite thematic. Being the master of skies, we own the skies. Everyone else is going to suffer from it. Anyway, back to this. Let's have you guys quickly march over towards Tlaqua. Settlement upgrade, apparently. We could upgrade Tiktaq'To or the Sun Tree Glades. To be honest, I mean, we could always try and increase it. That is a nice little bit of extra money. Is there anything we could rather spend it here, though? I mean, let's see. Like, it's extra slab. Makes things cheaper. Gives us a little bit more income. Yeah, let's go for a marble quarry. I think that will help out a little bit. Who else do we need? Oh, Tiktaq'To, of course. Now, what we're going to give you... I do think getting something like thick-skinned, or do you have... Oh, you don't have anything here for melee defense. Do you have it later on? Blade Shield. Okay, you can get plus 12 eventually. Okay, that's kind of respectable, I guess. But I'm thinking instead of going for this, I'm going to spend some points in getting Proud Warrior. We're going to get some Source Warriors in our unit, army, having them so we can have what? Plus 6 armor, plus 8 melee attack. I think that's going to be much more useful than trying to work on his own personal stats. So there we go. One more turn, and then we can start working on recruiting salamanders and lizardmen, source warriors, and what have you. Now, let me just check diplomacy one more time. Just so we can keep track of, like, what's going on. So, like, Last Defenders are very powerful now. These guys are becoming a bit weaker. Dune Kingdoms, Foreigners and Nagash, you've lost some numbers. Oh, hang on, I think I saw them. Yes, they've colonized the Elven Ruins here. Right.
You are not him.
I know I'm not. Nagash was not a lizard. At least last time we checked. He could be a lizard man. I mean, you know, you look at conspiracy theories here in the real world. Ugh. Some of the stuff people believe in, it's crazy. Anyway, let's hit this. War declared. Last Defenders are now declared war on the Clan Moors. So, it could potentially be a useful thing for us to go down and try and help them. The only thing is, if we actually take territory... why did you... Oh, of course, I got them on cinematic, haven't I? Hang on, is there a way we can sort this out? Tlaqua, allied, medium... Cinematic. Let's not worry about that. Just put it on low. Much better. Right. That's actually kind of good. They've... I mean, not good for me, because if they wiped out Slatlan or defeated their armies, we could have just marched in and took the place. But at least that's eliminated an enemy of us. And to be honest, I felt a bit uncomfortable. I think, well, I would like to think that Tiktaq'To might feel a little bit uncomfortable about fighting other lizardmen. You know, like, he's got to admit that I know he's in charge, and obviously people, you know, his job requires him to do things he might not be too proud about, as long as it follows the Great One's plan, the Old One's plan. But still, I think going up against other Lizardmen might be a little bit uncomfortable here for him, to say the least. Right, now what are we going to do? Don't really want to spend the money. He's force march, so we don't actually able to do much with him there. We could upgrade these, but I'm actually going to save the money a bit more, just so we can get access to those troops that we want very quickly. We'll be able to order them all in next turn, and then have them ready and then for us to do what we want to do next. So now that we're not going to go after Slatlan, I think going after Clan Moors is just going a bit too far out of the way to claim territory that we can't really reinforce properly. So what I'm eyeing up, actually, is Tomb Kings. We do have the followers Nagash up here, and they have been weakened a bit. We could go after Sudenburg, take them, and then go after the rest of... Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, they still got El Calabad. This is Caliph. Let's sort that out once we actually get our research sorted. Mission aborted. Okay. Ooh. Mission issue: the burning skies of Imhabex. The Old One, who even Slan of the second generation dare not name aloud, is angry. The skies burn with his wrath. He must be appeased quickly, and in doing so he may issue a sacred spawning, whose reptiles will be special indeed. So we got the opportunity, if we kill 500 enemies in combat, fairly easy to do once we get the opportunity, we can get blessed Source Warriors. Now the only problem with this is, if I remember right, from what I've seen of other people playing with Lizardmen close to the tabletop, especially with the caps in place, these guys count as specials. And considering we already got 4 units of specials there, we might only be able to summon one of those in for this army, but we can always have the opportunity to do a second army and give some really strong warriors straight off the bat. Now the saucy bard. A ribald rhymer of rancurious repute has arrived in your lands. As he tours the settlements, his vulgar verse spreads like the galloping scumpox. So in boundless cheer in the locals, public order is now risen in response. I just have images now of like this famous skink singer going around and singing to the population. But hey, 3 turns of +3 public order, I'll take it. Right, now let's sort you guys out a bit. So we pop on here, what options do we have? We can get salamander hunting packs. A little bit expensive. And they are rare choices, so we may only be able to get 1, maybe 2 at most. We can now get access as well to chameleon skinks. They count as special units. Oh yeah, we haven't finished our mission yet. And I would like to get some Saurus warriors. Alright, how are we going to do this? I definitely want to have some salamanders, but so I'm thinking, let's get rid of the skink javelins. I haven't really found them to prove that useful, to be honest. And I'm going to get rid of you 4. There we go. So what I'm going to have instead, we'll have some salamanders. I'll have 2 units of Saurus warriors, which I can no longer afford. Okay, is there a way we can maybe make it a bit more cheaper and get a little bit more money in? Alright, let's give you that. Hit points, gratify that. Let's give you more hit points. I think that'd be useful. Can we negotiate with anyone for a little bit of extra money in return for them to give me some stuff? Moderate chance. Can you give me 300? No. You're not willing to give me that either. Right. Oh, sod you then, guys.
No. Just no.
Nobody wants to trade him.
My master will return.
61. Ooh. I think we're going after the followers and the gash, ladies and gentlemen. We just need to get the army up to full strength. We'll get another turn of replenishment, I think. No, hang on. Oh, that's just Source Warriors. They're not the ones with shields like I wanted. No matter. In fact, let's do this a moment. You guys have got the movements. Oh crap, wrong thing. Right, I tell you what, stop there. Right, I'm mucking this about now, aren't I? Okay, let's get a unit of salamanders. Let's get the unit of source warriors. Right, Kipsity, get back in here. We cannot. What I was potentially thinking is that we could go after, what was this, the Sunken Island, the Fell Cargo, or whatever it is. That could potentially give us some money as well as a bonus. Although I'm trying to remember, is it that one that gives money as well as the bonus, or is it the other one that's off the screen over here to the left? It's been a little while. Well, since the Bretonian campaign anyway. I can never tell the difference just by looking at them. What the difference is between them. There's obviously a unique one for the Skull Island, and there's one for when you find the Fell Beast. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not too certain. Salamander hands. Oh. The Princess of Tech, ever mindful of the need to press the Serpent God's cause on the field of battle, are uneasy as certain technological developments you believe to be part of the Great Plan. The Council are more martial focused if the Old One's designs are to be realized, and the ancient enemy kept at bay. Will you overrule their objections, or hear their reasons? So we can hold to our vision, which allows us to get extra research, but at the cost of spending more recruitment. Or we can heed the priests, where our army will grow in accordance to Sotek's wishes, but the benefits of the Great Plan that will surely be gleaned from these advances must wait. To be honest, having that reduction to recruitment costs is going to be much more beneficial right now. So yeah, we'll get that. Right, that's going to cost all our resources. I'll tell you what. Let's first of all get you in here. Right, we want another unit of Source Warriors. It's 590. Oh, that's so much better. If only I knew that thing was coming up, that would have been so much better to have had. Okay, so we got our 2 Source Warriors on the flanks. I would like to actually have more Source Warriors than that. I'll tell you what, let's go with you 2. Let's just go for a nice standard unit of Source Warriors now with shields. There we go. The way the old ones intended. There we go, that'll do quite nicely. And we still got a little bit of money. Is there anything we can spend our money on? No. Okay, no matter. What are we actually researching right now again? Income from industry 5%. Tablet of War. That would be useful. What about Source Wise? +5. That would be useful too, but that's 23 turns. I'll tell you what, we'll continue with what we're researching at the moment. There's only 6 turns we got the debuff to our research, so I'm not going to complain too much. But if that's true, and the followers in Nagash are actually extremely weakened right now, once we finish the recruitment here, we can go down, take whatever this island is, and start making our way over to the Elven Colony, which is just here. We could take a slight detour to go after this one too, and get whatever bonus it's going to give us. But yeah, we can do that. Come over here, take the Elven Colony, and then we can push forward then into the followers in Nagash territory, and take the western coast. We can always come back then, because we'll be bordering the Knights of Origo and Baron Vegan's gang. And yeah, we can come back now, maybe go after Sudenberg and that then, and then push down towards the Dust Kingdoms. That should work out. Anyway, abandoned camp, right. Scavenge what you can, and Scarper. I'll tell you what, let's go for shiny boots. We now got the Piranha Blade, extra armor piercing and bonus against large animals. That could be useful for Kusite. And Press Scan for extra casualty replenishment. Oh, I remember the Piranha Blade from the very first Lizardmen book. Oh, that's going back a few years now. Right, I'll speed you guys up a little bit. Let's pop onto here. Sword of the Hornet, I'm going to give you the Piranha Blade. It might come in handy, you never know. Anyway, that's that. We can still upgrade this. Was there anything here I want to upgrade? We do have the population surplus to get these up. And that would be useful. We can start getting more skink barrows like this in order to get more cash. And we can actually look into, in fact... yeah, that would be quite useful. Because then we can start looking into getting our Pterodons and our Cold One Riders again. Come on. Nope. Come on. Yes! We've got a nice little bit of extra cash coming in now. It's not a lot, but every little bit's going to help, isn't it? Because, yeah, the building slots for getting Pterodon Riders, the Ripperdactyls, which I really want to check out. From what I have seen of them, they look cool, and I want some in my army. But we can also get Cold One Riders as well if we do the Tier 3 building for the Minor Settlement as well. I don't like building, small Tier 3 settlements, like building types in my major settlements unless we've done all the big ones already. It feels like a waste, you know? You can just build it in another slot instead. Wow. Our last defenders here, and Lothran and that, seem to be heading towards the ritual much before we will. No matter. Okay, hang on. Recent site Brandon's battle. If I remember right, we don't have to drop out of for sale to do this. Okay. Am I missing someone? Yeah, we only got 19 out of 20. I'm missing a unit from something. Huh. I'll have to have a look at that. Anyway, tribute to the Sea Guards. Your followers are come upon to shipwrecks. Sea Guards demand their tributes. Only a quarter of the cargo may be taken. Let's go for Arabian arms. What we got? 1,500. That's good. Heavy iron. So all my army now has extra armor piercing damage, extra armor, and extra weapon strength. Very useful going up against the Tomb Kings. Alright, we'll have you go again over the Elven Ruins in the future. I really am missing a unit, and I don't know what I was thinking. I must have got confused. It happens sometimes. Alright, Death's Head Monoliths. Let's upgrade you, and then we can get started then on getting the Ripperdactyls. Sentry Glades, we might as well level you up, I guess. There we go. Happy now? So yes, let's think. We'll go after the Elven Ruins. We'll take those. El Calabad will leave for the moment. I do want to see about taking out Sudenburg eventually. But what we'll do instead is take this as a landing position. Then we can go after the Wizard Caliph's palace. And push up and then through there. We could potentially go through the mountains as well and take that from the Greybeard Prospectors. Which happen to be located up here. And I'm trying to remember, is there anyone else? Any Skaven, or was it just me thinking about something else? It might be just me. But anyway, Greybeard Prospectors could be there. They could make worthwhile allies. At least there's someone to trade with, and they hopefully might be happy that we've been fighting the followers in Nagash. So let's declare war. Let's have a quick look. Okay, they've become much more stronger than I anticipated. Who are you at war with? You're at war with Kenry, Vampire Coast, and the Blood Axe Tribe. Is it worth me fighting them? Tell you what, stop a moment. Oh Christ, really? What happened to you guys? Clan Moors is extremely weak right now. Oh, there were so many temptations. By going down south, it was really bad. We would not be close enough to be able to reinforce should anything bad happen, but we will be protected by Lizardmen on both sides. No, I said we're going to go after Nagash. Screw it. We're going to go after Nagash. Or, Ark in the Black. So yeah, declare war. Let's do this. We can take on his stinking Tomb Kings with my Lizardmen. Alright, let's do that. Nice and easy. We'll occupy it. We now picked up another Dragonbane gem. We've completed their objectives, and now we've got our Source Warriors. Fantastic, in fact. Let's add one unit in. Yeah, as you can see here, they're a special unit. They cost 2 points. So it's going to be very difficult to have lots of spawned units, which makes sense. I mean, they are supposed to be quite rare and valuable units. So having them, so, have multiple units of, say, Blessed Cold One Spear Riders doesn't really sit right with me, Did we not... Oh, I forgot to hit spawn, didn't I? Spawn? Ooh, Rite of Primeval Glory. Slant some of the fauna of Lustria, the feral beasts of the jungle shall answer. So this one now, if we had 12,000... Yeah, I can do math, 12,000, I can count the zeros. It took a moment, like what? But we can now actually summon an army of animals at a faction's capital and have all armies being able to summon in cold ones. Very, very cool. Now Tiktaq'To, let's see what we're going to give you. Beast Driver... Ancient Salamander... Okay, so that's not for the Salamander packs, because that's covered under Skirmisher, right. Ooh. Are we managed to start unlocking the Mask of Heaven, maybe? Interesting. See, Rally... What do we have here? Source Warriors and Temple Guards. Skinks and Coxigors. That would be nice to get. Soulbound, Epicentists... I think that would be quite a nice one to go for, but we don't have the experience for ones yet. They're only level 2. It's going to take a while for them to get leveled up. In fact, these guys are more likely to do so than anything. So I'll tell you what, let's work on Tiktaq'To's sort of personal fighting skills a bit. So let's give him some extra armor. 76 armor? That's not too shabby. Let's give you that. And that's it. And then if we're lucky, Arkin will just pop up at some point. Otherwise we'll start marching towards the Wizard Caliph's palace here. If we're lucky, if he's having trouble with Kenwi up to the north, maybe Kenwi might be going after him from the northern position so we can eliminate his armies up there while we just sneak in from the south and just take it for ourselves. Greybeard Prospectors are nearby. Have we managed to negotiate trade with them? Because we can see they're here, and they are linked to us. Ooh. Okay, apparently our mask is fading. Right. Although the Mask of Heaven's power is fading, Thrice-Blessed artifacts such as these are not so easy to destroy. Something is amiss. Tiktaq'To, Hexotl's greatest Pterodon rider, the legendary Master of Skies no less, must search for the source of this disturbance atop his fearsome mount called Swoop. Yes, I know, he's called Swoop. With the connection to the rest of his Pterodon pack weakened, however, he must call in riders from further afield to aid him. Once Tiktaq'To has assembled a complete squadron, he can begin his search for the cause of this blasphemy. So we've managed to achieve this, apparently, by having 3 units of Pterodon riders, essentially, in the army. Okay, and we managed to get a nice bit of money, too. What's next? So this weapon's been claimed. Yes, I'm aware that's been... With the squadron finally assembled, Tiktaq'To sets off in search of the disturbance. The weakening of the Mask of Heavens began when the Master of Skies arrived in the Southland's jungle, leading Tiktaq'To to conclude that this continent must be the source of the disturbance. Be that as may, the Southland jungles are vast and immense, and searching for the dense jungle canopy is no easy feat, even for the most experienced aerial combatant among the Lizardmen. Pausing for thought, Tiktaq'To realizes that the search must begin where he first noticed the power of the Mask of Heavens fade. So again, if we do this, we'll have an extra 1,500. And Western jungles. That's where we start off, isn't it? Yes, it's right here. Okay, can we send... Cursor... Yeah, I think we can... Yeah, let's send you down here. No, send you by sea. And let's ask you to pop up onto land here a moment. Okay, stop. There we go. Completed. So that's an extra 1,500 in the bank. Now, using Tiktaq'To's army, we need to win 1 battle against Skaven. Right, okay. Through the cracks in the leafy jungle ceiling, Tiktaq'To spots vermin-like footprints on the ground below. Upon further inspection, and utilizing his highly developed reptilian senses, he catches the distinct stench of Skaven fear musk still hanging in the humid air. Though their thoroughly despicable presence is not unheard of at this continent, the Master of Skies is suspicious that there is a direct link to the continued weakening of his ancient revered artifacts. Whilst there is no proof that these two incidents are related, Tiktaq'To instinctively knows that following the Ratman's tracks will lead him to the source of the problem. So, we can do this. We have to fight the Skaven, which I believe means we are going to have to go down south towards Clan Wars if we're going to do that. But we'll, in no major rush, we'll finish off with the followers in Nagash first of all, I think. So you're going to come up and join up with the army eventually. You guys might as well just continue. You're already back up to full strength. Let's start sending you off towards the Wizard's Khalif's palace here. Looks like it's unoccupied too. Taking this will be a nice potential spot for us. And we can get rid of this ability of his to be able to produce hex waves and crypt ghouls and that. If you remember, Ark in the Black has got a unique faction trait which allows him to recruit some vampire count units, like ghouls, direbats, felbats, and that. Sorry, direwolves, not direbats, and felbats. But he is able to get a few units at least. Right, Sentry Glades, we're not going to spend money on you. I want to come here. We'll upgrade this. And we'll leave it now whenever this is done. And then we can start getting our Whipperdactyls and the like. Unsigned skill points. Let's give you some survivalist. Oh no, hang on. Let's give you some better stuff. Let's give you jungle toxins for poison attacks. And replenish troops, just to help that replenishment a bit next time. There we go. And, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's episode now. We'll get through the end-turn phase and then we'll have it finished. So, what's going to happen next time? Well, we're going to be continuing our war now against the followers of Nagash. They haven't turned up yet, but the fact that they've still got a relatively equal strength to us suggests that their army is somewhere, probably up to the north. So we will encounter them at some point, but luckily for us, not yet. This gives us an opportunity to go after a major capital of his, because I believe this is the followers of Nagash's capital building. So, Born Killers. This latest spawning of Source Warriors appear to be far more belligerent than any you remember in recent times. Ferocity and resolve are called upon when combating the foe, but your forces must also consider the Great Plan's higher purpose and not sacrifice themselves unduly. Will you embrace their vicious nature, or order us training for a more balanced army? So we can have it so all our armies have extra melee attack and thing for melee defense, or we can do the other way around. You know what? We're going to attack. We're going to go for the extra melee attack. And I'll end the episode here. So thank you very much for watching today's one. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, and I hope you join me next time for more Tlaqua gameplay. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and goodbye for now.